Hey, if you want to know how to create a combat system in Unity, you've come to the right place, so stay tuned. This system consists out of three things: an attack animation, a damage detection script for the enemy, and a script for attacking itself. Here in the scene I have prepared an enemy model and a player equipped with movement animations. It is important that the player and the enemy have colliders. Now first of all we have to create an attack hitbox. For this I give my weapon a collider which I set to set trigger and which I very importantly deactivate. You'll find out why in a moment. Okay, let's start with the attack of your player. For this we need an attack animation with the loop time turned off. If you want to have a detailed tutorial on how to create animations, you should first watch my video about it. Just take a look into the description. I have already prepared an attack animation, which we have to edit now. In it I define that at the start of the animation the collider of my weapon will be switched on. That means when executing the hit, the hitbox of the attack will be activated. Okay, now we build in the animation. We open the animation tree and remove the attack animation from this layer. We will now create a second animation layer, which will allow us to play the attack animation and another animation in sync. That means we can run with the legs and attack with the upper body. On it we set override and wait 1. Then we create an empty state in the new layer and drag in the attack animation. We connect it to any state and create a bool parameter which we will use to start the animation. We set the transition to play the animation if the parameter is true and create a second transition to the empty state. This should happen when the parameter is false. Then we remove the exit time, transition duration and can transition to self and write a 0 into both these fields. Now we can create an attack script. In the script we will need the following variables. Animator is of the type animator and is used to control animations. Is attacking is a bool and will tell us if we are attacking, and can attack is a bool that will determine if you are allowed to attack. Okay, let's write the two small functions. At the top of the update function, we control the state of the parameter we created for our animation. This parameter takes the value of is attacking, and is attacking becomes true if you press the left mouse button and are allowed to attack. In addition, can attack becomes false, so you can't attack anymore, and after 0.3 seconds we call the cooldown function, which makes can attack true again and is attacking false. So the attacks last 0.3 seconds and it is only possible to attack every 0.3 seconds. Then we go into the scene and drag the script onto our player and drag the player's animation into the appropriate field. We can also quickly test the whole thing. Okay, let's continue with the damage. For this we create a life script for the enemy. For this we need these variables. Health is the life value of the enemy. Hitbox a transform whose position we will use later. Hitbox radius is a number that will determine the size of the life hitbox. Damage source is a layer mask that will tell you what to take damage from. Ace hit will tell you if you are hit, and cooldown will be used to tell you not to take damage. So now we create the following functions. In the update function we check if the enemy has made contact with an object of a certain layer. If you want to have a more detailed explanation about this, watch my video about it in the description. If you are hit and you don't have a cooldown, you should take damage, so a certain value is subtracted from your life. I'll take 25. Then the cooldown is switched on and the function to switch off the cooldown is called after 0.8 seconds. If the life value is less than 0, the enemy, so this game object, should be destroyed. Now we have to go to the scene and create an empty game object as a detector, which we then attach to the opponent and drag it onto him. Then we give the life script to the enemy, drag the detector to the right place, set the radius and create a new layer, which we will select in the script of the opponent. We now have to give the player's weapon exactly this layer, and when you have done all that, you are done. So let's test it now. When I hit the opponent he will be damaged, and when his life reaches 0 he will be deleted. And now if you are smart you can easily change the opponent's life script for the player so that the player takes damage when he touches the opponent. But you have to do that on your own, because now you know how to create a combat system in Unity. Now if you want to know how to make, for example, a shooting mechanic for this combat system, click here and we will see you next time. Ciao!